Welcome back. Mando Fridays. Yes, I have a dressing gown on, but it's appropriate. It's an Ewok. Anyway, moving forward. Season 2, Episode 3, but they're just calling it Chapter, which I like instead. It's not really splitting it into seasons, it's just one big story. So yes, Chapter 11. So we pick up where we left off, Mando's with the child and the frog lady, and they're going to the planet to take the frog lady back to her husband. He does that right at the start. The ship's an absolute mess, it needs fixing. And in exchange for that, the frog person tells them where he can find other Mandalorians. And obviously the whole purpose of this quest is he needs to find other Mandalorians so they can help him find Jedi so that he can get Baby Yoda, who is clearly got the Force, to a Jedi. So, things proceed, he gets caught up in all that, he finds some Mandalorians, well, more like they find him. And straight away when I saw the armor, I was like, this looks kind of familiar, like, I recognise this armor. And it was Mandalorians from the Clone Wars animated TV show. I couldn't remember her name though, so I was kind of like, oh, it's her, hopefully she says her name, so I ain't got to guess who the fuck she is. But yeah, Bo-Katan. If you haven't seen the Clone Wars show, you probably would be completely lost. You would see it as like, okay, that's another Mandalorian, but you wouldn't know like necessarily the significance of who they are. She plays quite a big role in the TV show. She fights alongside the Jedi during the Clone Wars, and she's there when the Purge happens, all that sort of thing. So, she was there for the important shit. But yeah, the actress, obviously, I'm basing it off like an animated thing, but the actress does look a lot like the animated character, so, fair play. Because even when she takes the helmet off, you're like, that's definitely her, the red hair. She had a couple Mandalorians with her, like, fighting alongside. I don't know if they're in the show or if they're just other people, whatever, randoms. But yeah, as always goes with this show, you don't get something without doing a favour for someone first. Now, of course, our Mando needs to help these Mandos hijack some ship that's got some cargo on it, and then they'll tell him where the Jedi is. Now, as soon as they mention that they know a Jedi, when Bo-Katan says, yeah, I know a Jedi, I can sort you out. My first thought is Ahsoka Tano, also from the Clone Wars. So, we're seeing all these animated characters come to live action. We haven't seen Ahsoka, but I was like, okay, that's probably Ahsoka, right? Because they were pretty tight during that whole Clone Wars thing. And Bo-Katan also mentions how she can't take back Mandalore until she's got something that, like, the Empire has from her. And my first thought, again, was the Darksaber, which we saw at the end of Season 1, which Moff Gideon has, played by Giancarlo Esposito. And both my instincts were right. It's not really the hardest show to predict this, really. So yeah, she is after the Darksaber, which Moff Gideon has. And yes, right at the end she mentions that the Jedi that she's gonna send Mando to is Ahsoka Tano. So yeah, it's a shorter episode, this one, it's only about half an hour long. But they didn't waste any time in this, they just filled it with quality content. Once again, Baby Yoda is getting cuter by the episode. I can't emphasize that enough. He's just adorable. I don't want a child ever. I just want a Baby Yoda. Maybe in another life. But yeah, good episode, and it rolled the plot forward a fair bit here, introduced some big characters, brought back Moff Gideon, even if it was only in a hologram thing, because I was literally thinking, like, when are we going to see more of him? Because, Giancarlo is a great actor, and the more we see of him, the better. But, this season is heading really in the right direction. We've got Clone Wars characters being introduced. We got Boba coming back. We only got a sneak peek from the first episode, but I'm sure he'll return. We got Moff Gideon coming back. Everything's coming full circle, and I feel like we're going to get a pretty cool story here. It's really expanding the universe and taking stuff from Clone Wars and Empire, all that sort of thing. So yeah, another good episode. It's a shame it was short, but it did everything it needed to do. I suppose the rest would have just been filler. So yeah, looking forward to next week's episode. I'll see you then.